We just recently saw the launch of a new HMPV. Here's another one. Let's take a first look at the 2023 Honda BRV. The BRV is one of Honda's most popular offerings in the Philippine market, and it competes directly with the likes of the Mitsubishi Xpander Cross and Xpander, Hyundai Stargazer, and Toyota Veloz, just to name a few.
As of this shoot, we don't have the exact prices of the Honda BRV yet, but we do have some estimates. It should start around 1.1 million Philippine pesos and top out below 1.4 million.
Now let's first take a look at the exterior of the all-new BRV, and regardless of variant, they actually all look pretty similar, and we'll be showing you more of those later. So first things first, the new BRV looks more elegant, it looks more premium, it's sleeker than the previous generation, but at the same time, share a very similar design language here in front, on the side, and basically all around the vehicle. So here in front, we have LED headlights for all variants, LED fog lights for all variants except the base, and for this variant, the VX, we have this blacked out portion here in the grille. It's painted black. On lower variants, it's matte, and then we have this silver portion up here, which is what Honda calls the solid wing face.
And on the profile of the all-new Honda BRV, across the lineup, they look very similar sans a few minor details. For example, here on the top of the line VX trim, you do get these silver or chrome painted door handles. You also have some silver down below by those cladding, and even your fender arches, they are a little bit flared. 17-inch rims on this one, 16s only for the base model trim with steelies too. And one thing worth noting right here is that if you compare this car to the previous generation Honda BRV, it is both similar but also different. So when you see this car, you immediately know that it is still a BRV. You have those similar windows, similarly shaped. However, the lines and the styling right here are significantly more muscular, more angular, and more SUV-like.
So now we're here at the back of the BRV, and as you can see, it looks a lot cleaner than before, although they still share very similar design language, but still, it still looks cleaner. Then we also have these LED taillights, which look kind of similar to what you'll find in the Honda City, which isn't a bad thing because those have really good taillights. And as you can see, we don't have a power tailgate. That's the case for all BRVs, but Kyle, kindly do the honors and tell me about the cargo space.
Okay, thank you for that, Julian. First thing you'll notice here is that there is this false floor right here that enables a flat loading area. Without those third row seats folded down, you're looking at 244 liters of space. Fold them down, you have 530 liters of space. And the very moment you fold even these second row seats, you're looking at 1,032 liters of space, making this ample for anything that you want to carry.
So now we're inside the all-new Honda BRV, and as you can see here, the interior is a huge departure from what the previous generation offered. So the design itself looks a lot curvier, it looks a lot more modern than what we saw before, and it looks similar to what you'll find in the Honda Amaze, which isn't available here in the Philippines, but yeah, it looks similar. Also to the Honda CR-V, by the way. Then materials are also a lot better than before, so we still have lots of hard touch plastic materials on the dashboard, especially for lower variants. Same goes for the door panels, which have lots of hard touch plastics but with leather on the sides. Then also for this VX, there's leather on the dashboard, which is really nice. It's also really soft. And then moving on to the steering wheel, we also have a nice leather wrap steering wheel over here. For lower variants, it's polyurethane but still really good. Then for the horn, it's your typical Honda horn. Then we also have paddle shifters for this variant. And then moving on to infotainment, we have a 7-inch touchscreen over here. All variants have this. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard, and it's also really responsive, easy to use. Then moving down, we have automatic climate control for the V and VX, and then the lower variants get a manual digital system, not auto. Then moving further down, we have 2 USB ports, one for the CarPlay, Android Auto, one for charging, and a 12-volt power outlet, 2 cup holders, some storage. Then our shifter over here, which lower variants also polyurethane. In this variant, it's leather wrap. And then our manual parking brake. Some people like this, just like Kyle. And then we have here a center armrest right in the center. And then for the seats, we have leather for this variant, the V and the VX, by the way. And then for the S, we have what Honda calls a high-grade fabric. And also, Honda is really proud that they finally added driver seat height adjustment into the all-new BRV, which is something that has been needed for quite some time now, but finally it's included. So now let's check out the rear seats with Kyle.
Oh, sorry about that, Julian. These seats right here at the back, they're incredibly comfortable. I am really enjoying all these leather back here, including the leather on my finally available center armrest. I get my own 2 map pockets right here with the addition of a small pocket for my phone, and I also get a 12-volt outlet, my own blower, and I can even slide my seats forwards and backwards, plus recline them to give space to the people at the 3rd row. Now, Julian, since everyone always says that it's better to be tall, well then I'll give you the honors of checking out the 3rd row seats.
So thanks to Kyle, I'm gonna have to suffer, but anyway, let's try it out. So getting inside is actually really easy in the Honda BR-V because the seat tumbles up all the way on its own. And now, let's see how this place is. Okay, so with the seat adjusted as it is, it's actually pretty okay. It's decent. So knee room obviously at this seat adjustment is not much, but the leg room, foot room is actually surprisingly really good. And then headroom is just right. I'm about 5 feet and 7 inches in height, and yeah, I think I can be comfortable here, although maybe on shorter trips only. And unfortunately, Kyle has left me here, but if he was here, I can ask him to move the seat forward for more space. Okay, so now we're driving the all-new Honda BR-V, and to be honest, it feels very similar to the previous generation right now. So I won't be giving my full impressions on this car yet because we're only driving inside Honda's facility in Laguna, but still I can give you a good number of impressions over here. So right now we're going somewhat of a bumpy asphalt road, and what I can immediately tell is that the car definitely has better NVH insulation. It definitely feels smoother than before. And also, just like before, the engine is very responsive. And speaking of the engine, this is powered by still a 1.5 liter iVTEC engine, naturally aspirated, and it produces more horsepower. So 1 horsepower more than before because it is now a dual overhead cam engine, and it still produces 145 Newton meters of torque compared to an Earth Dreams CVT. So like I said, the engine is still very responsive. What I really like about this right now is that a little tap on the pedal and the engine instantly comes to life, which is something that is nature of many Honda products, and the sound definitely very Honda. So we're just making our way right now to their test track so that we can test it out, the acceleration time and brake such. Oh, by the way, it's good to note that all Honda BR-Vs, whether you get the base model or this top spec VX that we're currently driving, get the same engine. The only difference for the base model would be the transmission, which is obviously a manual. So we're now currently entering Honda's test track in their facility, and we're just waiting for another BR-V driven by Kyle right now to finish his own test. Okay, let's go. So right now we're entering their test track. We're gonna make a U-turn, so we'll also be able to test how's the turning radius. And right now, pretty decent actually. And there we go. So we made it around in time, or rather really perfectly. So now just wait for Kyle to get back. So I guess it's safe for us to go now. So let's put it on sport mode. Let's maybe switch off the aircon and go. It's 80 and that's 100. Then for the brakes. Oops. So that was actually pretty good for an MPV, and we'll be seeing what the exact time is once we edit the video, but yeah, it was pretty good, and it also sounded really well. So now there's a figure 8 track over here, and this is more of another turning radius test, and will we make it? We won't make it, but still pretty good. Also, this has a reverse camera, and since this is the VX, it has parking sensors. And now let's test our power when we stop on an incline. So this is pretty steep. You probably saw this in one of our previous videos already. So this is about maybe 40 degrees. Let's stop. And this car also comes with hill start assist.
yeah, pretty good. Then does it come with hill descent control? No, it doesn't come with hill descent control. But yeah, so this has 207 millimeters of ground clearance, and that definitely helps for this kind of road. And now we have a suspension test right here. So humps, pretty good. Also, you'll notice that it's really quiet in this cabin. Then now we have a rocky road. Not ice cream, by the way. But yeah, pretty good. It's hardly rattling. Feels really nice in here, and this is such a huge step up from the previous generation. These are bigger rocks right now. It's like we're going to the beach. And yeah, good. And now we have these. I don't know what you call these, but yeah, pretty good. I like this. Hopefully we can really test this out soon on a real road. Now it's also worth mentioning that the BRV now comes with a full suite of Honda sensing features, so that makes it very competitive, definitely against its competitors. So yeah, this comes with stuff like collision mitigation braking system, or I believe that's Honda's counterpart of automatic emergency braking. Then of course this comes with adaptive cruise control, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the only one in the segment right now that comes with it. And it also comes with lane keep assist, so that works in above 70 kilometers per hour. We've tested all these features in other Honda products, and they definitely have one of the best advanced driver assist systems in the market today. And I guess that's it for our first look of the all-new Honda BRV. So watch out for our full review coming soon. Right now, what I can say is that this definitely has a lot of potential to continue being one of Honda's most popular models. And yeah, hopefully we can do a full review soon, maybe all variants. Yeah, so again, Julian here, and Kyle kanina, he's currently busy. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more first impressions, and maybe we can even do a future comparo with more MPVs, right?